Carrie
and Danielle
from Simply Plant Food. Okay, we didn't,
we didn't coordinate this
exactly
at all.
That's the word.
I hadn't worn it in a while, so I was like, I'm just gonna wear it.
Yeah, and she was out in the backyard, and I came over and said, okay, and then we thought, okay, we're really in the groove today, so be prepared for today. Okay, so we're gonna do a recipe from a book. It's Dr. Neal Barnard's Cookbook for Reversing Diabetes, right? He also has a book out about how to reverse diabetes. So if you have diabetes, I suggest you read that. So we're gonna just do like a review of the book. And so basically this book is a lot more healthy than the other books that we've Hot for Food. What was the other one we did? Hot for Food. We did a few of them anyway.
Yeah, I have a lot of
fat in them. Mostly
fat and calories.
A lot of those books have like 25 to 30 grams of fat per serving, where these, the average for the fat servings in here is probably, the average is about 5. So it's a big difference. So, and that's what we're all about, right? Because we want people to eat healthy, but our biggest thing to help you with along your journey is just to get off the meat, right? For the animals, right? That's what we're first mostly about. But the second thing we're about is the health, right? And we're also about the environment as well. So anyway, overall, I really like this cookbook because it's really simple. Everything, a lot of these things you're gonna have in your cupboard already. Another different thing about this cookbook than the other ones is at the bottom, you have the nutrition facts, right? So it'll tell you exactly what calories and grams of fat and all that stuff in it, right? So it's not like a comfort food cookbook. So it's kind of nice. So basically at the beginning of the book, he gives you some stuff about 3 main types of diabetes. He talks about some of the programs that he has. Like Danielle will leave you a link in the description below about the 21-day vegan Kickstart. So if you want to try, and say you're on this channel and you're just looking around about a plant-based diet and you've got diabetes, or you know someone that has diabetes, you want to help them, this is a good book to start with. And he also, like I said, he also has the other book. So anyway, so we're going to do the we're going to talk about the science behind why this works. And it's their science, it's not our science, so we're disclaiming that, right? So it's like, if you don't agree with it, that's fine, but
we're not doctors, dietitians.
No, we're not doctors or dietitians, but we're both nurses, so we do understand a bit of the science of it. So we're going to talk about why the science works, and then we're going to do a really fun recipe called Scalloped Potato Duo. So basically,
it's potatoes.
Yeah, it's sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. So you can follow along with us with that. Okay, I'm just going to give you a really quick, Danielle and I are going to give you a really quick science behind this cookbook and why it works and why it helps reverse diabetes, okay? So again, we're just disclaiming it, so that because we're not doctors. So, okay, so basically, we're going to talk about the type, there's 3 types of diabetes, right, Danielle?
Yeah.
There's type 1, which basically they don't produce any insulin, right? That's only 5% of the population. There's type 2 diabetes, which is 90% of the population, and actually they say it's called like the Black Death, because there's so many people that have diabetes. Like they say in another 10 years there's going to be 1 in 3 people that have diabetes. Now that's crazy. So anyway, I'm just going to quickly explain to you how this lifestyle, and how if you use this cookbook, and if you use some of the if you do plant-based, low-fat, right, this will work. Okay, so basically, once you eat, okay, first of all, there's the bloodstream, right? So you're going to eat the food, right? Right, Danielle? Mm-hmm. So once you eat the food, it turns into sugar, right? Pretty much everything that you eat will turn into sugar, because that's what your cell uses it needs. Anyway, so here's your cells. Right here. So this is the cells. So we want to get most people that are not diabetic, it's not a problem to move the sugar into the cell. And how we do that, most people know, is through insulin, right? So it's a hormone, right? And so you need insulin. That's what knocks on the door to get in the cell. So if you don't have diabetes, it's easy to get the sugar into the cell, and you'll have like you'll eat an apple maybe, and your sugar will spike up, and then it'll level out because the insulin did its job and took it into cell. Okay, so according to this book, if you eat low fat and plant-based, right, because a lot of all your meats and your cheeses and all that kind of stuff has lots of fat, pretty much 70% fat, right, or more. Okay, so what happens? So what they're basically saying is some people are predispositioned to have because if we're overweight, right, and as well as eating a lot of fat, we get a lot of fat clogging up our cells here, right? So what happens is the insulin is, you eat your food, all your sugar goes in here, and the insulin tries to transport it into the cell, but it can't get into the cell because it's all clogged up. So basically, it's like having a key and you can't open the door. And so therefore, that's why they need extra insulin. So that's why the doctor orders, usually they start with metformin, like a pill, and then they move up to insulin, right? So, and the problem with diabetes is that it causes kidney problems, right? So if you got all that sugar in there, then it's going to affect your kidneys, it's going to affect your vision, right? And as well as your heart, because you've got all that fat sitting in there, and so you get plaque and all that kind of stuff. So basically right now, Daniel's going to read out
How Not to Die book that we've mentioned before. So it says, currently in the United States, we're in Canada, but diabetes causes about 50,000 cases of kidney failure, 75,000 lower extremity amputations, 650,000 cases of vision loss, and about 75,000 deaths per year.
Yeah, so that's pretty huge. So if anything, right, we're all about eating no meat and cheese or any animal products because we love the animals, right? We don't want to eat them, but we also want people to be healthy as well as ourselves. So that's why it's a good reason to follow this along, especially if you have diabetes or you're heading that direction. Okay, so we're gonna do the scalloped potato duo, and so basically it's sweet potato and white potato and a nice creamy sauce, and we're gonna start with the sauce first. So here we go. So we got basically the sauce already so now we're just going to cut up the potatoes. So basically this is a sweet potato, this is a purple sweet potato which is white in the inside, and then just do regular potatoes. Now if you've got a mandolin, it's great because you just kind of
Great and dangerous.
I'll do the orange one, fun. So anyway, just slice them up and they come out really nice. Actually, Danielle, I'll show you. So basically we're just going to slice all these up. You don't need to watch us do that. And I'll show you how to build the scalloped potatoes. Okay, so now we've got the oven. Slices. Yeah, we got the slices.
Oven's preheated to 400 degrees.
Yep. And so we just take a little bit of this cooking spray, believe it or not, and just in your pan. Voila.
And now we're going to show you how to
layer it.
layer.
at 400 degrees for 1 hour, right? And then 10 minutes with the lid off. And then
let it sit for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, voila, here you go. It's nice. It's in the book it says you can vary the proportions, right? So you can, we made it really potato-y, because I wanted lots of carbs, I guess. Anyway, and you can make less potatoes, so it's a creamier sauce if you want to as well. It's really, really good. It's just the thing I might add to it or put more in is the nutritional yeast, maybe.
Yeah, so it's
make it a little more cheesier. Make it cheesier. But again, it's like the whole idea of the book is to reset your your eating patterns, right? So you'll get used to like less salt and sugar and all that stuff. So anyway, the thing is there's not much salt and pepper in the cooking, but we just put a little salt and pepper in after, and that's okay. So it's just getting away from, adding it to your cooking. So anyway, give the book a try. We might do one more recipe in it. He does like a hummus, or actually I want to try this one at the front of the book here. I have to find what it is, but it looks really good.
Looks like tofu.
Tofu of something. I love tofu. So anyway, get the book. It's really worth it. It's like $20-something, and there's 150 delicious plant-based recipes, and it talks about diabetes in the beginning as well. And if you're interested in plant-based diet and lifestyle, they have a 21-day vegan Kickstart. We'll put that in the link below. It's free. It's 21 days or 22 days, 21 or 22 days worth of vegan food. So if you have any questions or about diabetes or anything, just put a comment down below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. We're okay with it. We're big girls, we can handle it. And so we're just here to help you along your journey. I don't know what we're gonna do next week. I'm not sure we might go to a restaurant next week, because on the weekend, next weekend, we have the Niagara Veg Fest. And we'll be there. So if you see us out there, come say hi to us. All right, peace out.